Evening, people, evening. Let me just see if we've got everything coming through all right. Yep, you can hear me. Okay, good. Right, welcome back. We're back tonight. Another fresh season of GTTCC. We're back in with the Fusion boys again. So the cream of the crop in terms of driver skills. This should be some of the closer, cleaner racing out of the leagues that are running. I think there's about 5 or 6, maybe 7 lobbies running tonight, all hosting GTTCC, the Gran Turismo Touring Car Championship. If anyone wanted to know, we're just starting qualifying now. Don't look at the dates. The dates are wrong. I didn't manage to get the image uploaded properly before. Shh. Don't look at the date. Don't look at the date, and don't look at the season either. It's more than that. It's 19. Sean, evening. How you doing? How you doing? I'll turn the cars on tonight. Don't worry. I'll turn the cars on in a minute when we get over there. So qualifying has just got underway. Like I say, fresh season tonight. Let's see how we get on. Still got merch available, people. Stickers and t-shirts. Should you want any of that? Oi, don't do that. What are you doing? I don't want to delete it. There you go. That's what I was meant to do. Look, stickers and t-shirts. All right. But forget all that. We're into... Hold on. Sound on. Remembered. So yes, round 1 tonight. Where are we? Circuit de Barcelona for round 1. Round 2 straight after. We've got another 30-minute race coming up after the first race tonight. So we've got 15 minutes of qualifying, followed by 30 minutes here. And it's a one-make race as well, this first one, which means everybody is driving the Ferrari. And when we drop into race 2, obviously a different circuit, and everyone has a free choice of car for race 2. So, I mean, although we've got a qualifying, the first race is almost a sort of grid setup of qualifying for race 2, if you like, because obviously everyone's in the same car. It's all about driver skill. Right, let's get ourselves in. What do I need? A PlayStation pad. That'll help, won't it? Let's have a quick look who's in. We've got Hirakram Racing this season. P1 Dylan, Dark Clark 92, Moose Like Jared, interesting. GTP Toby, LFC Fan 07, P Gibb for pole apparently, according to some of the chat earlier. Fat Pickles Bros in the house. Mental Nev, JRC Racing, P1 Maniafic, P1 Don, Jainio, James Harben, and P1 Mocking Weeks. And there's little old me tucked away at the bottom. So full 15 drivers in the lobby tonight. Let's see how some of these freshies get on. I've not seen Moose Like Jared in any of the previous seasons, I don't think. GTP Toby maybe, and everyone else pretty much know. Hirakram Dylan, Dark Clark I don't think I've seen before unless he's changed driver PSN name. So Dylan I know, Hirakram I know, I've commentated over before. LFC Fan, P Gibb, Fat Pickles, Mental Nev, JRC Racing, Manny, Don, Janio, James Harben, yeah, been all over them on different races in different lobbies. Right, let's get ourselves in then. Qualifying underway. Oh, not that. I'll stick with that for now. Come on, remember what buttons to press. So yes, everybody in the Ferrari tonight. Different liveries going on. We have got teams running again this season. So you may see 1 or 2 cars with the same sponsors on, not necessarily the same livery, possibly the same livery, but you might just have the same Scottish Huntington's Huntingdon's Association on the side of LFC fans. Clark. He's got the Italian Valvoline livery going on. Let's get a better view of some of these. Let's get to that view. We can have a good look round. Let's start with that's the wrong one. Dark Clark up front. He's fastest so far with a 1:46.509. There you go, the SADS Foundation. The charity he's covering, so there is a voluntary donation. If you want to race, you can throw a couple of quid into the voluntary donation, and at the end of the season, one of the charities involved here, cancer research for instance, will get those donations given to them. It's top three teams in the championship get chosen, and that money gets split out between those three charities, and we sent that off. So yeah, good to see that there's still some charitable stuff going on in these races. Scottish Huntington's Association there, look, for Hurricane 37, sitting in third at the minute on the grid, 1:47.0. Apologies for that. When it goes under those bridge beam things, it pushes the camera all over the place. Toby, what have we got for you? Can't see on there. I don't think it's Club 100. Concern. No charity on the car, possibly. Not been assigned one. I don't know. Fat Pickles Bro, sponsored by Jägermeister. Whoosh. Claire's house as well. There you go, little Claire's house on front. So. Everyone should have been putting into a charity, a team, so lobby sounds glitchy. Oh, I don't know why that is. It's looks to be coming through loud and clear on my thing. Lobby sounds glitchy. HDMI wobble here and there. Give me a minute, I've got to go under. Not breaking. Hold on, still tangled. Damn it. Any better? Not you, the cars. Yeah, that's what I mean. So it's obviously coming from the PlayStation, hence why I'm jamming HDMI's in, see if one of them was a little bit out or something. So enough for you, P-Gib. We Are Driven Foundation. Did we ever look at WeGib? Oh, he's on the We Are Driven Foundation as well. Don, We Are Driven. So again, everyone in the it's the air ambulance, he's just got the We Are Driven blazing down the side as well, but air ambulance across the bonnet, that's his charity for the season. JRC Racing, Claire's house again there on the rear quarter, livery looking good actually, the Samsung. Scottish Huntingdon's Association, oh sorry, that's LFC fan, I thought I'd flick to Mocking Weeks, but it wasn't. Sparkle Sheffield for Mocking. I will get to some lap times in a minute. Get the same livery for Janio. Sparkle of Sheffield. James Harben. What have you got going on? RSPCA, look, smashed down the side. And Manny, Air Ambulance UK again, look. So yeah, the charities are given. Not too sure about that on the back. We'll probably get banned for that by YouTube. Like lobbies are not right. There was issues. Yeah, I heard there was issues last night. I did do obviously during the Team Oliver Racing League. That was all right. I think there was one or two drivers a bit glitchy, and I know there was a driver in Pro-Am that kept getting kicked out of the lobby, I think. So, and then last night I was hearing the drivers couldn't get into lobbies. We'll see, we'll see. So it is currently, let's change that view up a little bit. It is currently this man who's just thrown himself in the pits for a fresh set of tyres. Sitting on pole with a 146.5 on lap 2. Moves like Jared. 146.5 in second. Not far. Oh yeah, a little bit glitchy for moves like Jared. Dylan, great big 1 second penalty he's got to lose. Oh, we've got a driver who's got it all wrong on the way into the pits. GTP Toby taking himself out. A lot of drivers coming into the pits then. What are we, 9.5 minutes into qualifying. Everybody coming in for a fresh set of tyres. As good as the Ferrari is, it does seem to blow through tyres quite quickly. Fat Pickle's just been released, still holding half a second penalty though, unfortunately. He's still got to lose that. Also in the pits, 147.3 for him, currently in 9th. Fresh set of softs on. It's yeah, I don't know. I'm not too sure what's going on then, Sean, because through my headset I can hear what's going on, but it doesn't sound glitchy to me. But it is a different feed. Oh no, it shouldn't make any difference because the PlayStation's feeding into the PC, and my headphones are plugged into the PC. So I'm hearing it clear as day. Sure it's not your internet connection all glitching out. Yeah. Could be you. Rocky Weeks then just put his fastest in, a 147.4. I know there was chat of strategy in the P1 chat earlier today. That's not for me to divulge. GR4 Racing currently 12th, 147.6 for him. LFC fan, another penalty, 147.6 for him. Genio just coming into the pits for a fresh set of tyres, 147.9 sitting in 14th. And Mr. Harben, 148.1 for him, sitting in 15th. But it is still this man on pole, Dark Clark 92. Black front end on that. It's I think the whole paintwork's matte, I believe. Or satin, something like that. I'll give them some glory shots. I'll put one together. Hashtag lighter click coming up, ASMR. Set of tyres on as well for Dark Clark. Again, a lot of drivers have just been in for a fresh set, so we'll see if anyone can shift these positions around. Now they're a little bit lighter, less fuel on board. Cars will travel obviously a little bit quicker, accelerate a bit quicker. Might see 1 or 2 position changes come the end of qualifying. We have only got 2 minutes left. They do get to finish any laps they're on, but it is still Dark Clock on pole. Moves like Jared sitting in second. P1 Dylan, last season's champion. Been the champion in most things he races in, to be honest. I actually think he's a robot stroke AI, and he's just the first incarnation that we've managed to let slip through the ranks, and you know, someone's going to have to go in and deprogram it. Yeah, quick driver Dylan. He's, I think if you've watched any of my streams before with Dylan, if he's able to get up front and get any kind of gap, he can get himself off. Again, this is the top of the top in terms of drivers in the GT4 class. lobbies of this GTTCC, hosted over there on Facebook by Mature Racing Club. Big shout out to Dennis Schuer for setting all this up. I know it's a big undertaking to get hold of all these people and drivers and set up the chats, and you know, that's a lot of work. I've seen what's gone on behind the scenes with the Team Oliver Racing League as well, with the amount of practice and setup stuff you have to deal with, especially when PlayStation come along and drop some update which just screws everything up for everyone. Halfway through a season, all of a sudden a car gets nerfed, or you know, it's decides its traction's too good, so it turns it off. Yeah. A few penalties in this qualifying session though, that's not helping them out. Manny sitting in 6th at the minute, he's got himself a 147.0. Again, there's GTP Toby just coming up to lose his penalty. Mental Nev in 7th, 147.1. So, some drivers are already on their last lap. We've got a couple of seconds, that's it. We are over the 15 minutes now. So who have we got coming up to the line? It is Hirakram. That's his qualifying done and dusted, I think. Oh, did he manage to sneak over the line? No, he's slowing down. That's him. He's 146.9. Chucks himself into 3rd right at the end of qualifying. P1 Don and Janio going around for another lap, but they're qualifying done. Moves like Jared, he pulls over. Still sitting in 2nd at the minute. Dark Clark still out on track. Moves like Jared pulled over. There's Mental Nev, teammate in terms of charity as well, next to him. 2 drivers in the Fusion lobby then tonight. Hirakram got himself 3rd position, 146.5, right at the end of qualifying there. Dylan, he's got himself half a second penalty, and he's gone blurred, 146.6. He's got 4th currently. LFC fan still out on track, 5th on the grid at the minute. Right behind Dark Clark. He's up on his fastest. It's not enough to take. What is it? Is it enough to take Dylan? Stretching those track limits. Had that Ferrari right on the edge there. Literally touching the gravel on the outside of that corner. A little flash of the lights for us as he comes round as well to finish that lap. Let's see what he's got. And so 146.6 is not going to be any better for him, unfortunately. So 5th he sits on the grid. GTP Toby's got himself 6th. Manny 7th. Mental Nev in 8th. Don 9th, just as he comes up to the line and crosses it. Fat Pickles in 10th. JRC Racing in 11th. Jainio in 12th. P. Gibb 13th, Mocking Weeks 14th, and James Harben in 15th. But it is this man, Dave Clark, who's getting a bit of a ram in at the minute. He's got himself on pole. Managed to go a little bit quicker right at the end there, 146.3. Oh, I didn't see that as he crossed the line. We were watching Mental Nev, I think. Was it else LFC fan? I can't remember. But Dave Clark then securing his pole position right at the end, 146.3. So anyone else in the chat watching the stream, can you confirm that the stream is glitchy, that the sound's glitchy? It's not glitchy coming through my headset, which is it's all coming through the same HDMI and stuff, so I don't know. So race 1 just about to get underway then. 30 minutes here at Catalunya. Lights go red. We wait for these to drop and get this first race of the season underway, and here we go with the one make Ferraris for race 1. Again, race 2 will be reverse grid of race 1, and all drivers have a free choice of car. Dark Clark peels over, everyone trying to get into a slipstream behind him. Oh, Hirakram had a little look up the inside, might have managed to get himself past Moose. He hasn't, but it is Dark Clark that holds the lead through the first little few corners. Looks like Jared 2nd, Dylan battling for third at the minute with Hirakram side by side as they come up to this right-hander. Still side by side as they go through here as well. Dylan just with the advantage through here and does swing himself into that third position. Defends on the inside of this next corner as well to get that position well and truly under his belt. And that puts Hirakram under a little bit of pressure in fourth then from GTP Toby chasing him down. LFC fan tucked under his wing as well in sixth. Manny seventh. Who's that? Janio in eighth. Proper train running through here then. JRC Racing sitting ninth. Don in 10th. Fat Pickles in 11th. Oh, a little wobble as he went through there. P1 Mocking Weeks in 12th. P Gibb 13th. James Harben in 14th. Mental Nev. Oh, Mental Nev's had a mare. He's had a mare. What's happened? Did you not start? Why are you 18.2 seconds down on that one? Sorry mate, we missed that, whatever that was. Is still this man leading then. Dark Clark, man after my own heart. Almost 0.8 of a second up the road from Moose Like Jared. Just seeing Jared, a little bit glitching look from Jared as he veers across the road. Hirakram got himself into third. Then what happened to Dylan? Dylan got it wrong as well. GTP Toby's managed to get past him. Dylan down into fifth position. Oh, he's got it wrong somewhere. He's picked himself up a penalty as well. LFC fan right behind him. Still got Janio for company though. The Sparko blue Ferrari. Field just starting to stretch out a little bit now. Fortunately, Mental Nev still a long way off the back of this field. Getting no slipstream advantage from anybody. Unless, I was going to say, unless he's playing the long game, but that's, 18 seconds down on that one. That's not playing the long game. He's playing the wrong game. Pete Gibb then unfortunately didn't get pole position for whoever that was in the chat earlier. He's holding on to 13th at the minute. Bit of gap between himself and P Gibb. He's got James Harben for company. There is Mental Nev 12.7 seconds down, so he is bringing that time down between himself and James Harben. Still nearly 13 seconds though. Long old race. And there's protecting your tyres, and then there's being half a lap down. Clark then maintains his lead as we hit lap 3. Still got that about 0.7 of a second gap. Top 3 have actually pulled a little bit of a gap now from everybody else. GTP Toby there in 4th. Hirakram not quite in the slipstream range either. And he's dragged himself a little bit closer to Moose Like Jared to take advantage of that. Falls out of the chase from the top 2. He could fall into the hands of Toby again. Mr. Clark then being closed down a little bit more by the Moose. Be careful that he doesn't get antlered. Yeah, pulling a little bit further away from Hirakram. It jumped up to about 1.3 seconds there. He pulled about a 10th back, but it is slowly getting bigger. The gap between second and third, Moose Like Jared and Hirakram. Again, GTP Toby just waiting. Again, he's got problems of his own. There's a big pile of drivers behind him. Look at that big long snake of colourful Ferraris coming down there. Dylan not too far back in 5th. He's dropped that penalty now. Still got LFC fan for company. Janio right behind him. Nobody out of the woods really yet. It's only going to take a mistake from one of these drivers to cost him a few positions with the amount of cars that are so close together. harassed by Mr. Harben at the minute. Oh, he's gone wide through there. Where's he gone? Oh, he's just getting himself back on. Manny, far too deep into the final corner. Throws himself into the sand. James Harben, he'd already got himself past Mocky Weeks. Gets himself past Manny as well. Mocky Weeks manages to pull that one through. Mental Nev back in the pits. Oh, what's happening, Mental Nev? Oh, no. He's not happy with race one. Not sure what happened at the start. I don't know whether he glitched out on the grid or had it in reverse or something daft. I don't know. Looked like everyone got away well. He gets sent in turn one. Not going to have any damage on, but he was a long way back. Dark Clark 92 then still out front, still maintaining that about 0.7, 0.8 of a second gap from Moose. That gap definitely getting larger now, 1.3, 1.4 seconds between Moose and Hirakram. Still out of the woods of GTP Toby. He's fallen a little bit back into the hands of Dylan. Oh, LFC fan, a penalty being lost there. That drops him down to 8th from 6th. JRC Racing goes through, as does Janio. LFC fan clear of penalty, but yeah, kicking gravel for Janio just there as well. Got to be careful. Don't want to end up miles away from the rest of the field. With Fat Pickles chasing down P-Gib 11th and 10th, and nobody able to take advantage of Slipstream really. Doesn't seem to be too advantageous in the Ferraris unless they're just not quite close enough. Maybe everybody getting a little toe off everybody else. They are still reasonably close on course. Again, top three are starting to pull a bit of a gap now. Lines through there for P-Gib and Fat Pickles. Nobody again able to take advantage. Let's get ourselves back up to the front and see where the top three are. PlayStation, you really need to sort that out. I need my L2 button and choose a driver rather than giving my viewers epilepsy. Dark Clark then now pulled a bit more time over Moose, 1.1 seconds. 8.5 minutes into race one. Half a tank of fuel used, so they are definitely going to have to come in. Looks like Jared falls a little bit closer to Hirakram behind him, so Hirakram now with the toe. That little mistake has just helped him out. That little mistake from Moose, not the little mistake from Hirakram. But a little mistake from Moose has given Hirakram a little bit of breathing room now as he's got the toe. Again, that gap to 4th place, growing again, 3.3 seconds. GTP Toby, oh, Dylan up the inside into turn one. Slings one up there, holds onto it as well. Into 4th then now, the next chasing car, 3.3, nearly 3.4 seconds back. Let's see what can happen now. Dylan's got himself a bit of clean track in front of him. You can see those drivers still. Gives him something to chase. We'll keep an eye on that time, 3.4 seconds at the minute, under pressure from GTP Toby. He wants that position back. JRC Racing looking to hang on to the back of those two as well, 1.1 seconds back. Still got Janio, LFC fan, and P1 Don pretty close. P-Gib 10th. And less pressure from Fat Pickles now. Gap just stretched out a little bit between those two. James Harben 12th. Weeks unfortunately fallen off the back of the pack a little bit. different strategy though. He's on the racing mediums. I think everybody else is on the soft tyres. Let's have a look. Oh, Manny as well. Oh, he's got himself a penalty. Sitting in 14th after his off-track action. Again, unfortunately, Mental Nev sitting this one out. I don't know what happened to him at the start, but he ended up 18 seconds back, so all about this man at the minute. Dart Clark 92, 1.8 seconds lead in the Ferrari. Racing softs on board, starting to show wear on that front left. Not to the halfway mark yet. Let me just get some probably cold coffee down my neck because I've forgotten about it. Yep. Moose like Jared then still under threat from Hirakram. Gap closed a little bit, was 0.8 now 0.5. He's well within slipstream range now, Hirakram. Dylan unfortunately not been able to close that gap up yet, 3.5 seconds. Still under threat from GTP Toby. Let's jump on board with Toby, see how close he is as he's trying to take the tighter lines. Position back off of Dylan. Not able to get him yet. A little short straight, again not quite close enough to use the slipstream to his advantage. Or maybe had the opportunity to sling one up the inside there. Didn't want to risk taking himself and Dylan out, so backed off. Was a possibility just there. Someone's taken the cones out already. Soft tyres are starting to show the wear on that front left. These corners are absolutely punishing these softs on the front. Long straight closes up. Does GTP Toby? Is he really going to be able to get this fourth position back? No, Dylan. Oh, tricky. Who's difficult? So it was Dylan's to defend. It was very last minute. He caught Toby out a little bit. He's still within touching distance though, so he's not out of the chase yet. JRC Racing tucked in behind as well. Let's drop ourselves back out then and see what they're doing up front. So Mr. Clark still holding 1.8 seconds. Hirakram has managed to get past Moose like Jared in second. Can he? Just have a look. Dark Clark's tyres over half, 2/3-ish worn. Hirakram's on the front left, about half worn. We flip to Moose like Jared. Blammo. That's definitely the most I've seen on the front left at the minute. Dylan has managed to bring that time down. Gap between himself in fourth and Moose like Jared is down to 2.7 seconds, so he has managed to find some time. GTP Toby's thinking, I'm having some of this, I'll hang on to the back end of you, thank you very much. You're going to drag me around this circuit. Has actually just been his fastest lap, took behind took behind Dylan, so I might be quite happy to sit there and let Dylan do all the work. JRC Racing trying to get back involved though. It's 1.5 seconds behind the 5th place driver GTP Toby. LFC Fan another 3.3 seconds behind him. Got Don for company, just 0.6 of a second back. P-Gib a second behind those two. He's managed to pull a second between himself and Fat Pickles Bro. That puts Fat Pickles under a little bit of pressure from Janio in 11th. Harbin 12th, 1.2 seconds down from Janio as well. Mocking Weeks on those mediums. Different strategy going on. 4.4 seconds down. come in for fuel. He's going to stick a set of tyres on. Again, Manny's gone for the same strategy, a set of mediums. So are they going to save themselves a little bit of time in the pits? They're not going to make the race on the fuel they've got, so they will have to come in for fuel, the pair of them. Mr. Clark still out on the semi-broken soft, but his lead is coming down. I'm not sure if the tyres are hurting him. Hirokram's in a lot better condition. 1.4. Look at the gap he's pulled between himself and Moose as well. 1.2 seconds. That gap is definitely getting smaller. GTP Toby almost ejecting himself out of this race. Dylan then looking to close down on Jared. His tyres just starting to show a little bit of wear now themselves. Toby still tucked himself right under the rear wing of Dylan for the last few laps. JRC Racing 3.9 seconds down now, so he's made a mistake somewhere or managed to pick up a penalty that we've not seen. Don leading the next little pack, 2.3 seconds behind JRC Racing. He's got LFC Fan right behind him, 0.4 of a second. P. Gibb right behind him as well. Fat Pickles brought himself back into the fight, 0.6 of a second behind P. Gibb. There's James Harben in 11th in the red and black Ferrari. Lachlan Weeks, again just on that different strategy. Medium tyre, running long, as is Manny. Janio's been in the pits, he's coming for a fresh set of softs then. Drops himself into 14th position, 14.3 seconds behind Manny. Where will he end up when everybody else comes in? Where was he? 10th, 11th, 9th, something like that. Don Clark 92 must be feeling the pressure a little bit now. Hirokram has closed that gap down to 1.1 seconds, almost back in the slipstream range. So he wasn't pushing his car early on, allowed Dark Clark and Ruslan Jared to control the pace of the race, but just managed to stick with them, save those tyres as well. He's definitely in slipstream range now. Next lap could be trouble for Mr. Clark. Depends what happens in terms of pit stops. A little bit less fuel on board for Dark Clark as well, which means he's going to spend a tiny bit more time in the pits. Hirokram might come on top in the pits then, we'll see. Moose like Jared visibly closer to Dylan, down to 1.4 seconds. Gap between himself and GTP Toby has opened up a little bit as well. JRC Racing in 6th, falling further back from GTP Toby. He's almost into the clutches of P1 Don in 7th, just 1.4 seconds ahead of him. Still got LFC Fan, P. Gibb and Fat Pickles right behind him as well. Again, first race is a single make race, so as you can see everybody in the Ferrari. Race 2, which is going to be a reverse grid after this one. All the drivers get a free choice of car, but they have to stick with that car for the rest of the season. It is only round 1 tonight. Mr. Harben in 11th. And there is Weeks 12th on that different strategy. He's still got just over a quarter of a tank left. He's on the medium tyre, as is Manny. He's had a little bit of off-track action though, unfortunately, Manny. So he's fallen a little bit further back. He's the last man on track, other than Janio, who's just come in the pits for fresh tyres, just over the halfway point. So he will. Janio got enough fuel. Interesting. Sitting in 14th, 11.1 seconds behind Manny. JRC Racing's in the pits this lap as well, so he drops himself out of 5th, 6th. fall a little further back himself. Can he get out in front of Janio? He's still got half a second penalty to lose as well here. Does stay out in front of Janio. So Dark Clark really under pressure now. Hirakram tucked under his rear wing, just 0.6 of a second behind him. But will we see Dark Clark might throw himself in the pits? His tyres are absolutely beaten up. Plenty of fuel left on board to race with, but his tyres slowly but surely letting go. Hirakram sticking those tyres on the gravel. He's got to be careful. Dark Clark stays out for another lap. He could lose this position here. Hirakram well within slipstream range as they head down this start-finish straight. Tyres in slightly better condition. I think he's holding a little bit more fuel than Mr. Clark as well. Catch up, quarter of a second in it. Mr. Clark goes defensive into turn one. Are his tyres going to handle it? They do. A little double stab of the brake there to get himself through. Hirakram not able to make that top spot yet then, but pushing hard in this second stage. The helicopter flying over there to the left, looking for the good shots. Not that they're going to give it to me. Give me the live helicopter feed, will you? Oh, not quite able to get up the inside. A little bit of a love tap coming through that corner. You can see Hirakram looking for a way past now. Dark Clark doing everything he can to defend. Certainly, if he doesn't come in the pits this lap, it's going to be all over for Dark Clark 92. Probably see Hirakram come in as well. What have we got? Just under 7 minutes, sorry, just over 7 minutes remaining. Dark Clark stays over to the left-hand side of the track. Ooh, has he left a little bit of room? He has. Hirakram found that tiny bit of space, a Ferrari-sized gap, just to get the nose of that thing up the inside of Dark Clark. Oh, Dark Clark, all four wheels off the circuit on the exit of that turn. Picks up half a second penalty. Hirakram into the lead then, already with 0.5 of a second. Dark Clark still not stopping. Neither of these drivers stopping. Dark Clark, let's just jump on board. His tyre, his front left, it's got to be all red now. The whole thing. Bam. He's got a hair of white left on there with 6.5 minutes left to race. We'll see. It is Hirakram now leading the race, 0.8 of a second. With those tyres, he will be able to pull away from Dark Clark. Dark Clark's got to be careful. He's got to be careful if he's looking to run the whole race. Can't do that. Can't do 6 minutes on those tyres and that fuel, I'm sure of it. Dylan into third position. Looks like Jared's fallen into fifth. Has he been in the pits? Not. His tyres have just given out on him, so it is Dylan into third, GTP Toby into fourth. Looks like Jared's tyres have given out. He's into fifth. Fat Pickles has got himself up into sixth position. Pete Gibb seventh, so not stopped yet any of these drivers. LFC Fan in eighth. Again, that front left gone. James Harben, front left gone, but sitting in ninth. Locking Weeks on those mediums, still looking pretty fresh into 10th. Closing the gaps up on those drivers in front as well. Manny in 11th, not stopped on the mediums. JLC Racing has been in, fresh set of softs. Janio's been in as well. He's got himself a fresh set of softs on, and Don's come out on a set of mediums. Interesting choice. I'd have probably gone for softs in this latter stage, but you know. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Hirakram saved his tyres. Dark Clark struggling now to keep this thing pointing in a straight line. He could be under threat here from Dylan. Dylan could be taking this position off him before the end of the race. 4.5 minutes left on the clock. of 3 laps here. GTP Toby then into 4th, 2.6 seconds behind Dylan. Podium positions could be falling away for him unless he can get himself past Dark Clark 92 as well. But everybody's tyres starting to wear out now. Everybody's front left is broken. Not Fat Pickles, he's got a little bit left. Where is he? There he is. Pete Gibbs, front left gone. James Harben, front left gone. LFC Fan, front left gone. Half a second penalty for him to play with. Mocking Weeks on the mediums, plenty. Manny on the mediums, plenty. GRC Racing, fresh set of softs, plenty. Janio, plenty on his softs. Fresh set of mediums for Don. Interesting. Hirocram's still got a tiny little bit left as well. Looking good then. 3 minutes remaining for Hirocram to take the win here in race 1. Race 1, round 1 in season 19 of GTTCC. 4 seconds now. Dark Clark still holding on to that second. Again, Dylan behind him. His tyres are just as bad as Dark Clark's, as is everybody else behind. What you think? You think it shouldn't be allowed, Sean? You think we shouldn't be allowed worn out tyres? They should pop. You should wobble yourself back to the pits. I think it's a good idea. Dylan closing up a little bit more, takes a tenth or 2 out of Dark Clark. All the while, Hirocram takes another second out of everybody else, so he's up to 5 seconds lead then from Dark Clark. 2 minutes remaining. Everybody should just about cross the line, I think. I don't think anyone's not got enough fuel on just yet, have they? Let's see, looks like everyone's got enough. On those mediums, looking for another position before the end of this race as well. Manny though found himself under pressure. His mediums not going to be any match for JRC Racing. He's on a fresh set of softs, but trying to drive around the outside of Manny. Janio as well, fresh set of softs behind, not so much fresh now. There's JRC Racing up the inside, easily done. Those tyres were going to be no match for Manny's semi-worn mediums. Janio again on the semi-worn softs now, and Don on his fresh mediums. And Nev not happy with race 1, sitting this one out. Almost another second on the board for Hirocram up front. Still got a tiny sliver of life left in that front left tyre as well. Dylan's closed that gap down. Tyres are pretty much identical. This will become last lap then, 30 seconds on the race timer. Dark Clark under threat for this second position. Just loses a little bit of time to him there. It was up 2.9, but he's trying to close it back down. We've got a few corners left, Dylan. That's it, the 30-minute timer is done. The final lap sign shows up on screen. I want to watch Hirocram cross the line, but I want to watch these two as well. Dark Clark then trying to hold on to this second. Dylan right there with him. Last couple of corners to go. It's going to be an easy win now for Hirocram. He's got about 6 or 7 seconds on the board. 6.8 seconds lead over Dark Clark. both of these drivers, Dark Clark and Dylan, pushing hard then at the end of this race, trying to take the second position here. They fly past the chicane, which is not in use, which I think is going to give Dark Clark the advantage. No opportunity for an overtake now as they come up to the line. It is Hirakram that takes the win. It's Dark Clark that takes second. Dylan takes third. GTP Toby will take fourth. Moves like Jared comes home in fifth. Fat Pickles in sixth. Pete Gibb will take seventh. James Harben eighth. Mocking Weeks comes home in ninth. He did manage to get himself past LFC Fan in the end, so LFC Fan ends up 10th. JRC Racing is going to come home in 11th. Manny holds on to 12th. Janio does come up behind him, but not quite enough to overtake him before the end of the race. And Dom takes the 14th position as Mental Nev does a quick lap. Donuts across the finish line. Thank you, Nev. There we go. Race 1 done. Hirakram, the winning overall livery being shown. So race 1 done. Like I say, the next race I forget where it's at. But it will be the reverse grid. And a free choice of car. It'll be interesting to see what people have chosen this season. I don't know what the sort of, the OP car is that a lot of drivers will pick. There'll be one that you'll see more of than anything else. Dark Clark just coming in the PlayStation chat then saying the fronts died 3 laps earlier than expected. That's what caught him out. That's what lost him the race, I think. Maybe pushing a little bit hard at the start. It's yes from me, Duco. Duco's not in the lobby. Yeah, we'll see what everyone's choosing. They're all disappeared off to go and pick their next car. Got a McLaren on the board for JRC Racing. We've got another McLaren on the board for LFC Fan. The 650S. Who's next? Who's next? Oh, yes, of course. We're at High Speed Ring. Okay, we've got the GT by Citroën. That's a great big spaceship of a car. We've got another 650S. Popular choice. I've got another Citroën as well. It is a great big monstrous beast of a car, this Citroën. It's so wide. It's pretty powerful as well. It's a bit of a monster to get past. We'll see how the 650 holds up against it. It seems to be the popular choice. Mocking Weeks just dropping in the lobby with an NSX Honda. Who was that? P. Gibb with a Huracan. Lamborghini in the house. We've got a 4-wheel drive with a Lambo, the rear-wheel drives with the 650s. Citroën, I think that's rear-wheel drive. Where's everybody else? Why has Dylan just disappeared? What's he coming back with? Is he not happy with the 650? So what have we got so far? 650 McLaren. We've got a GT by Citroën, another GT by Citroën, a 650S McLaren again, a Huracan, Another 650S and an NSX so far. No Merc yet. I don't know how good the GR4 Mercedes is, to be honest. I know the GR3 is quite a popular race car when it comes to GT, but I'm not sure about the GR4. Come on, drivers, get yourselves in. I want to see what you've got. People still making last-minute choices. So they're going, what have I got a livery for? Enio with another Huracan. Another 650, another NSX. Seems to be a choice of 4 at the minute then. What's that? Oh! That's the Renault, isn't it? The 4C. Is it the Renault? Alpha. That's what I'm talking about, idiot. Right, what else have we got? Another 4C. Seems to be there's 2 drivers left then. Not many people going for the randomers. What was I driving one season? Hyundai, I think, or something like that. Not a bad little car. Got on well with it. Also had, what else have I raced? I have had the Ferrari, I've had the NSX, I've driven the Sirocco GR4. That's a pretty fun little beast. Doesn't like its front tyres much though. Come on, Dylan. Come on, Manny. What have you got? What have you got? What have you got? What have you got? So yes, race 2, reverse grid from race 1. Another 30 minutes. I think fuel and tyres are pretty much the same as they were. But again, that reverse grid, that different car choice could make all the difference. Still waiting on Dylan, still waiting on Manny. Oh, Manny's in. He's got the Lamborghini. Just waiting on Dylan then. I'm sure he was in with the 650S. And now he's decided he doesn't like that. Is he going to disappear and come back with something completely random? Was he waiting to see what everyone else turned up in and then, oof. I'm having one of these. Needs to hurry up though. Dylan in the house, 650S. There he is. Maybe he was throwing a livery on it. Maybe he'd not stuck the livery on or something. So choices made then. 650S seems to be pretty popular, followed by the Citroen, I think. How many Citroens we got? 2, just the 2 4Cs. Just the, oh no, I'm only looking at, I'm not even looking at the top 4. So we've got a couple of NSXs, a couple of Huracans, a couple of 4Cs, a big pile of McLarens, a couple of Citroens rolling about tonight for race 2 here at High Speed Ring. Let's get ourselves on drivers out on circuit. Stop resetting, PlayStation. So we'll do a quick lap with P. Gibb. So not a lot to this circuit, absolutely pedal to the metal around here. A couple of little tricky corners you've got to take into account. So as you can see, absolutely stomping it. 7th gear, full throttle onto the straight. One of the brake into this one, drop a bit of power off. So if you're a long-time player of GT, you'll know this track is one of the originals. Through the right here, through the left and into the tunnel. Full-on stomp down towards this final corner. A great big banked left-hander coming up. Let's see what the speed they can carry through here is. Can it be full speed? Not quite. Down into 6, still full throttle though. Back onto this start-finish straight. Thank you, P. Gibb. Again, look at those softs. How many laps have you done? 5 laps, and your softs are broken. But here we go, no time to be messing about now then. Mental Nev, who sat out of race 1, starts at the front of the grid for race 2. So again, we wait for the lights to go on. Here they go then, about to get race 2 underway. Wait for these to drop. See who makes it round this circuit. We'll have a interesting to see what tyres people have got on. I assume there won't be wanting soft tyres on if they're blown out after 5 laps. Cars swapping positions. P1 Don then sweeps his way up the inside. I think Mental Nev's just hanging out of the way, dropping himself mid-pack maybe, so he can have a bit of a fight. Here's Don that takes the lead through turn 1 down into turn 2. Tricky tight corner. To be the cheat of all cheats, to just stick yourself in the wall around there and keep your foot in. Doesn't work so much in this game. And he looking to Jadio comes in very hot into turn 3, takes out. Who did he take out? Who did he take out? Where are you? Don took out Don. Smashed him into the wall, picks up a little bit of front end damage. Janio, you should really be pulling over and giving that position back. That was far too hot into that turn. He's not having it though, he's taking the lead, he's keeping it. Manny into second. What tyres you on? Janio on the mediums. Manny has gone for the softs. Everyone looking for that slipstream. The snake wiggles across this circuit as everyone follows the lead car to try and get that overtake. Oh, JDO's under pressure here though. He's got Manny going around the outside, Mental Nev looking to go around the inside. Moose like Jared looking for a way through. Look at the state of that thing. Look, that Citroen is just a ridiculous looking bit of kit. Mental Nev in third then, under pressure from Moose like Jared. Great big spaceship of a car. Pressure himself, LFC fan, just having JRC Racing come up the inside of him around there. We'll tap into the wall as well. What's that cost him? He's managed to hold on to it. JRC Racing holds on to 6th, then Toby in the next of the Citrons. In 7th, Dark Clark in 8th. Mocking Weeks in 9th, Heracram 10th, Dylan 11th, P. Gibb 12th, James Harben 13th, Fat Pickles Bro 14th, Don 15th, 1.8 seconds away from the field. Evening, Mr. Bowman, how you doing? You were praying the lobbies didn't work. Oh dear. So yeah, Don unfortunately getting tangled up with Janio. getting sent in turn 3, looking to close back up. Oh, look at the chaos coming into this corner. Oh, 6 or 7 drivers all pushing. It's tighter now than they were in the Ferraris. It's almost 5 wide into turn 3. Oh my god. Manny though up front, LFC fan second, Rooflap Jared, Spaceship Man in third, Mental Nev fourth, JLC Racing fifth, Dark Clark sixth, Janio down to seventh, got a mare all of his own, Toby in eighth, being pushed around this circuit by Hirakram having that looking up the inside. That's Dylan trying to get up the inside through this final corner. Look at it, it's just chaos wherever you look. There's cars, rearview mirror, people overtaking. Stop it, leave me alone. Ah! Absolutely full tilt, bouncing off the rev limiter. Gears can't let it go any faster. 7th gear, full throttle, 164 miles, 165 miles an hour down towards turn 2. Hard on the brakes. Look at that pile of drivers in front as well. 6 cars going through there. Toby slots his way through in the Spaceship, using the anti-grab around that wall. Hirakram also getting a good run on Dylan there. Managed to get up the inside. No, he hasn't. Dylan will have the advantage into this next corner. And therefore holds onto it over Hirakram. Still, it's an absolute punch up here at High Speed Ring. Let me get myself back up front. Oh, it's not in front. So on board with race leader LFC fan now, under pressure from Dark Clark, Mental Nev. Dark Clark closing up then. Getting slipstream around the last corner, slingshots his way past LFC fan into the lead of the race. And from there, just 0.6 of a second behind, so all these drivers still getting a slipstream down here. LFC fan hanging on to Dark Clark. Oh, a little drag of the wall on the way out of there. Slow him down. Dark Clark stretches out. Oh, look at the front right on that already. Same for Dark Clark on the softs. Look, these High Speed Ring is absolutely tearing these cars to bits. Still a great big punch up going on here. Sounded all nice and serene while we were sat in inside LFC's car, but come out and it's absolute chaos. Mental Nev then closing up in third. Loose like Jared right behind him, his teammate, both in the Gulf liveried cars. Toby looking to fifth. Spaceship pulling itself forward, getting closer to the Spaceship in front. Hirakram not having it though. His own Spaceship is trying to get up the inside of Toby into turn 1. Oi! Oh, JLC Racing looking for a way through. Oh, it's chaos! It's chaos! There's cars everywhere. Joof! Bam! Swash! Almost Demolition Derby. Toby then in the Spaceship looking to come back up the inside of Hirakram. Backs off a little bit, just got his nose up front, but Hirakram will. Ooh, he's had to back off the throttle through there. Kept his nose. Oh no, he's not managed to keep his nose up front. Toby gets through then. Dark Clark starts stretching his lead out front, but his tyres are broken. We're only 7.5 minutes in. Everybody's tyres are broken, even if you've got mediums on, they're broken. Look at him. Mr. Clark has pulled 1.7 seconds lead in his broken tyre 650S. They're already crying out to be changed. Mental Nev on the mediums, trying to defend from a great big pile of maniacs behind him. Again, Fusion Lobby. Oh, Toby stretching that those track limits. 2 wheels on the sand there. Have to be careful into turn 2. Sounds so much better now. It's all different cars. The Ferraris, as nice as they sound, when there's 15 of them, it does get a bit sounds like a swarm of bees. But this, having all these different noises coming through, sounds awesome. Clark pulls more time, 1.9 second up front. Front right is now crying out to be changed though. It's opposite in the last race. Using every inch of this circuit here though. Toby up into second. The spaceship has used his ion drive or something. Pushed himself into second position. He's using anti-grav around some of these corners. Hirokram holds third position, Mental Nev in fourth. LFC fan trying to defend from another pile of drivers behind. He's got Dylan tucked under his rear wing. He's got Mocking Weeks looking to run around the outside of him. GRC Racing looking for a way through there as well. Oh, it's chaos. Little piles of punch-ups going on here. Oh, someone getting a little bit of a wobble on. Was that you, Mocking Weeks, getting a wobble on in the... Sure if you got a little tangle up, or was it you further up? Was it you, Toby? Yes, it was from second. Got a wiggle coming out of turn 2. Cost him a couple of positions there. We've got another fight going on behind. LFC fan and Dylan side by side coming through there. 650S's neck and neck coming down this straight now towards this final corner. See how Mr. Clark gets on with his broken softs. Again, Dylan on the softs here as well. Mocking Weeks has gone mediums. JLC Racing's front soft is gone, as is P. Gibbs. Moose like Jarrett down to 10th. Fat Picklesbro in 11th on the softs. His tyre looking actually pretty good on the softs, to be honest. He is in the 4C, different car. That's probably why Janio down to 12th. Money 13th. Just a second behind those boys. And there is P1 Don 14th. Still not out of it yet on the mediums. Mediums looking good. Someone's locked up into turn 3. Could have been Manny. Dark Clark at time starting to come down then. He was 2 seconds up front, but with that broken front right. Hirokram. Again, he won't be far off changing his tyres as well, but let's put that time down a little bit. Toby back up into third position. LFC fan now looking to get past him. So much better racing in race 2. Maybe it's the circuit, I'm not sure, but definitely better racing here. Maybe it's because they're just going full throttle. I don't know. Sounds awesome. Get yourselves in the thick of it. Wait. And that's there. Everybody getting the slipstream. Once the doors open, maybe the Citroen's not super quick in a straight line then at absolute top end. Again, it's a big old framework to push through the air. Look at it. Ridiculous thing. Trust the French. It's bonkers. But we love it. So there's Dark Clark just going around turn 4 there. Hirokram in the front of this little pack, being chased by Dylan, LFC fan and Mocking Weeks. We're on board with GTP Toby, the spaceship. Being chased by Mental Nev, JRC Racing, top 8, then still pretty close together. A little bit of a gap back to the next fighting pack. Let's just go and have a look what they're up to. JRC Racing right behind Mental Nev now. Fat Pickles kind of managed to get out on his own a little bit. Sitting in 9th. Dylan throws himself in the pits. P-Gib in 9th now because Dylan's come in. Janio 10th. Manny in 11th. Don in 12th. 13th for Dylan. James Harben, he's also coming in now. Moose like Jared been in last lap. He's now got himself a fresh set of mediums to play with. Clark still out on this broken soft. He's managed to find that time again. 2.3 seconds lead. Finding more time. This seems to be where the fight is at. Second and back. Closing that gap down on Clark. He's already got the win in race 1, so come from the back has Hirakram. He's already in second again. Seems to have been faster, almost closer racing in this second race with all the different cars. FC fan under threat then. Mocking Weeks has got himself up into 4th position. NSX versus 650S as they go into turn 1. Board with Mocking Weeks then. Slips one up the inside. Is it going to be enough to take that position? Hirakram's dragging it down the wall a little bit, as is LFC fan. That's a bit of a cheeky move, that is. We're not supposed to be using the walls to fire yourself down there. That's a bit naughty. GR4 Racing as well is having a little look for this 4th position off of Mocking Weeks. Not sure whether he's got it yet. He might have. Speed through, the door was left open, nothing Mocking Weeks could do, so he drops himself back into 5th position. Toby's still mad in this fight yet, and there is Mental Nev sitting in 7th. Mental Nev slots himself over to the other side of the circuit though. He's coming in the pits. Clark is in the pits this lap as well. Positions swapping all over the place then. Let's have a look. So that puts Hirakram into the lead of the race. Second lead, his front right and rear right are about dead. GRC Racing in a very similar position. Weeks almost identical. Toby blown both of those tyres out already. Don looking pretty good on the medium, sitting in 5th. Manny in 6th on the soft. His right hand side is red as red can be. Clark back out the pits, another set of soft tyres. What did he end up doing? 12 laps on those. Who's he got right behind him? That's Dylan, who's also out on a fresh set of softs. Gets himself in front of sort of provisional race leader once everyone comes in. A little bit fresher tyres on board for Clark. Dylan's will be absolutely blown out by the end of this race. Top few drivers just coming in now. So Hirakram's in, JRC Racing's in, Mocking Weeks is in. That puts Toby in the spaceship up front in his broken tyres. 4.5 seconds lead over Don. Don not stopped yet. Unfortunately got taken out a little bit by Janio in lap 1. Pushed him all the way to the back of the field and fight his way back, but again he's on the mediums, so he's able to run a little bit longer than everyone else. Controls it nicely through there, doesn't take any paint off the side of that car. Manny into 3rd as well. His softs are absolutely broken too. There is Clark. He's got himself back past Dylan using the slipstream down the start finish straight. Two 650S's literally bumper to bumper running through there. Dylan peaked. Did he come in too early? His tyres are going to be in a fit enough state to have a go at Clark by the end of this race, but it's yet to be seen. P. Gibb out on a fresh set of softs. Moves like Jarrett, fresh set of mediums. Janio on a fresh set of mediums. Fresh set of softs on for LFC fan. Hirakram on the fresh softs. Mental Nev on the mediums. Mocking Weeks on a fresh set of softs. JLC Racing on a set of softs. Fat Pickles Bro softs. James Harben on softs. Manny just in the pits now. Fresh tyres going on. Don also, fresh set of mediums on board for him. GTP Toby gets the fuel on. Fresh set of softs on for him in the spaceship. Doesn't even sound like he's driving that thing when it's accelerating. Oh, he's got Don already up the inside on the way. Oh, up the inside, he's inside as they go up the pits. Literally left the pit lane together, merged themselves into one. Dylan now gets himself back. Sorry, it's epilepsy, I know it does happen. Dylan's now got himself back up front using that slipstream down the start finish straight. And you might see this lap after lap, you can already see a big blob of red on that front right. That's going to be hurting him, a little bit showing on Dark Clark's, but nowhere near as much as Dylan's. Just over 10 minutes left then. 650S of P1 Dylan currently holding race lead. Dark Clark right behind it though. He now slips one up the inside. He takes that race lead. Again, you'll probably just see this lap after lap if these two can hold onto their tyres. Next punch up then, Moose like Jarrett. Whoa, Moose like Jarrett. Whoa. P. Gibb getting a knock. So Hirakram into third. Moose like Jarrett loses that position into fourth. Janio fifth. P. Gibb getting an absolute wobble on, coming through there in sixth. There's a little nudge, I don't know who by, but I think there's a tiny little bit of contact. Gave himself a little bit of a scary moment. He's held on to it though, still in the thick of the fight here, P. Gibb. And they're right there as well, still being harassed by LFC fan. Weeks still right here, JRC. A gap back to Fat Pickles in 11. GTP Toby back out on those fresh softs. P1 Don in 13th. Manny 14th. Ooh, a little drag down the wall through there. James Harben at the back now in 15th. His softs also showing big blobs of wear on the 4C. Again, Dylan took right onto the rear wing of Dark Clark. Didn't get the move down the start finish straight, but thinks I'll have a go into turn 3, why not? Takes the race, lead of the race. There you go. Is 2 650s peeled away from the rest of the pack now then. Again, a lot of wear showing on Dylan's front right. Dark Clark won't be too far off him, but again, here we go. Dark Clark now vying for the lead of the race. Just swapping position lap after lap. 22 minutes gone. Remaining. We see Dylan have another go back here. Dark Clark. He's got almost had a nose up the inside. I think he decided to back off that one. Tiny little clip of the wall. That's not going to help him down towards turn 3. So we saw Dylan go for the overtake prior to Dark Clark taking it back. No chance, Steve. It's all mine, mate. No tools. Dark Clark finds a tiny little bit of a space. 3.2 seconds. Dylan already closing that gap up on the way through that final corner. Clark peels over to the left-hand side, tries to go defensive. He's managed to hold on to it this time. Dylan is closing up though. Will he be able to slingshot round and carry the speed around the outside here? Switch back up the inside. Oh, there you go, back up the inside with the 650. Gets himself back in front of Mr. Clark. You see Dark Clark chuck one up the inside in turn 2. That's the walls. The camera doesn't like the walls. No. Dylan holds on to that one. Dark Clark's not letting him go though. Obviously his tyres in a lot better condition. Oh, I say that, a lot better condition is an overstatement. Both their tyres are in a little bit of pain now. You've just got to keep tucked under each other's rear wing as they come around this final corner. Literally, I think it's whoever's going to be at the back coming around here on the final lap is going to take the win. Dylan that holds that inside line as they head down towards turn 1. It's not giving Dark Clark the opportunity to do back to him what he's just done. He's carried the speed around the outside though. Absolutely neck and neck these two heading down towards turn 2. And he does. Dark Clark carries the speed around the outside, regains that race lead. Dylan now back to being the chase car. Let's go and see what else is happening on field. Hirokram's managed to find some space now as well, so he's pulled out a 2 second lead over LFC fan behind. 3.5 seconds behind the fighting drivers up front though. LFC fan in 4th position. Looks like Jared under threat behind him though. Janio trying to get past. Difficult job getting past that thing. It's pretty much wide as the circuit when you sat behind it. In fact, go look at it. The wing looks like it'll take half your car out if you try and drive past it. Get a better look if it wasn't wobbling. Janio then looking to go for the overtake, slipstream. Decides he's not going to do that. They're going to have a little bump draft to try and close the gap on LFC fan in front. What's that gap like? 1.7 seconds between Moose Like Jared and LFC fan. They've only got 4 minutes remaining. They are closing that gap up. The bump drafting is working then. Got to be careful. Mental Nev looking pretty dangerous behind them, starting to close up. Sitting in 8th, 0.4 seconds back from that little trio in front. He's got plenty of room behind him, 3.3 seconds back to Mocking Weeks in 9th. He's got problems of his own though. Fat Pickles Bro and GTP Toby looking for his position. P1 Don as well holding 12th, just in front of JRC Racing, half a second behind him. Manny in 14th, 5.5 seconds back. James Harben having a very lonely race at the minute, 11.3 seconds down in 15th. Now then, that's put a spanner in the works. Dylan's got it wrong somewhere. Tyres are blown out and he's lost time. 1.6 seconds behind now, out of the slipstream range, right at the end of this race. Dark Clark, clear track in front of him. 3 minutes. Dylan will be looking to close that gap back down, but without the toe, with his tyres battered, it's going to be a tough job. Hirokram 2.6 seconds behind him. Looks like he's actually travelling faster as well, so we'll keep an eye on that. We'll see if Hirokram can make up another position. LFC fan holding 4th. Again, Mental Nev, Moose Like Jared, Janio, all there you go. Mental Nev, I told you he was looking a bit dangerous. He was behind Janio and Moose Like Jared. He's now got himself into 5th position, chasing down LFC fan. That's his teammate behind him here, Moose Like Jared. So it could be these two end up working together to try and drop Janio, who is now a full second back 1.2 seconds actually. So out of the slipstream range. He's also coming in the pits, sticking on a fresh set of tyres. Oh no, sorry, he's out of fuel. He's out of fuel. Toby then sitting in 8th, Fat Pickles 9th, Mockin in 10th. JRC Wraith in 11th, Manny 12th, Janio in that pit box, James Harbin in 14th, but not for long. Gets past Janio, Janio just gets released from the pits, and there is Don coming up behind him. Fresh set of softs on board for Janio. Let's see what he can do with those. 2 minutes to go. Shouldn't have put tyres on really. Although I don't think he could have stopped it. 3 seconds lead now for Dark Clark. And Rowan. Nobody has been strong in both races tonight. Dylan tried his hardest, but that little mistake lap or 2 previous has just cost him. See a couple of little dents on the rear end of that McLaren. Hirokram is closing at 1.5 seconds behind him now. But we are into the final lap, just 30 seconds left on the race timer. It's all or nothing for Hirokram then if he wants another step up on the podium. And FC fan looks comfortable in 4th now. Mental then 4.5 seconds behind him. Looks like Jared right behind him. Toby's got himself into 7th position. Fat Pickles in 8th. 9th. Michael Weeks 10th. Falling off the back of that little fight there. JRC Racing in 11th. Again, middle way back now. 2 seconds. Manny in 12th. James Harbin in 13th. Don in 14th. Janio 15th. So Don has managed to get his way past. Yeah, been strong in both races tonight. Dark Clark lost out a little bit in race 1, blew his tyres out very early. Hirokram's already got himself past Dylan. LFC fans got himself past Dylan. Oh, Dylan's out of fuel. Dylan's out of fuel. Dylan's out of fuel. Oh my god. So it is Dark Clark that takes the win in race 2. Hirokram comes home to take 2nd, absolutely out of fuel. LFC fan out of fuel as he crosses the line as well for 3rd. GTP Toby has had the fuel. He takes 4th. Mental Nev takes 5th out of fuel. Fat Pickles takes 6th. Rocky Weeks comes home 7th in the end. P. Gibb 8th. Who's like Jared out of fuel for 9th. Manny 10th. JRC Racing out of fuel for 11th. Don takes 12th in the end with a little bit of fuel on. Janio takes 13th. James Harbin takes 14th, and still waiting for Dylan to crosses the line. What a shame. Pushed hard all race, only to run out of fuel at the end. What a shame. What a shame. Anyway, there's your winner for race 2. We had Hirokram in race 1. Dark Clark 92 race 2. There it is. There it is. Round 1 of the GTTCC done and dusted. Been a successful one as well. Lobbies held out. A little bit of glitching from some of the drivers, but not massive. We'll see how. We'll see what the Facebook page is like after this and the chats, and we'll see whether there's noise of other lobbies exploding or something. But we'll see. No problem, gentlemen. No problem. It was some great racing. Real good in race 2. I enjoyed that. It should be a right punch up for the rest of the season. Then, if that's the state of race 2s, oof, I'm going to enjoy this. But yep, that's it. Round 1 done and dusted. 2 races finished. Hirokram taking the win in race 1. Dark Clark taking the win in race 2. I am back on Sunday night with the P1 boys at 9 o'clock. Back then at 8:30 on Wednesday for round 2 of the Team Oliver Racing GR3 League as well. That's also hosted by Mature Racing Club over there on Facebook. And then back same time, same place next week, 9 o'clock for round 2 of the GTTCC. What a race that was. Right, that's it from me. Hope you like what you've watched. If you have, you know the score, people. Like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.